Hi, my name is Richard, and I've been a Christian since 1999, shortly after my daughter Ivy was born. My wife Nicole has been a Christian pretty much all her life. She's gone to a Catholic church with her parents, and actually her parents separated and divorced when they were children, but she kind of stepped away from the Christian life, and when she met me, she started returning back to that Christian life. So I wasn't a Christian when I met her, and she married me and had faith that one day I'd become a Christian through all her prayers and all her friends' prayers. They all kind of rallied around me and prayed over me. And shortly after that, I think it was 2 years after my daughter was born, something inside me just clicked, and I looked at my family, and I didn't have a really crappy childhood. I had a pretty good childhood. My parents separated also, and they divorced when I was 18, just after I graduated high school. So we didn't go to church much, only when my grandmother made us, kind of forced us to go. So I really didn't get brought up in a Christian home. So, but shortly after my daughter was born, that, like I said, something clicked, and I thought I needed to check this out. And it was actually to the surprise of my wife that I actually asked her if we could go check out this small little church that one of her friends attended, and she had met her through a singing chorus, and she was one of the actual prayer warriors that was praying for me at that time to become a Christian prior to my being married. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go check this out. So I went to this church, and upon walking through the doors, I noticed a lot of love flowing out of this little gym that they were having their service in, and the love that was coming out of there was kind of getting into me, and it was the love of God that was being transposed through them into me, and over the next couple years, I think we moved from the small church in Pinewood. I kept going to that church, and a few years after that, we moved into a bigger church, and then I had a meeting with the pastor there, a very flamboyant, outgoing person. He took me for coffee one morning, and on a pantry napkin he wrote the message of becoming a Christian, and it was giving away all your past sins and coming to Christ. And we prayed in the middle of that restaurant, and I took Jesus as my personal savior at that restaurant. So shortly after that, I was baptized. I guess my road through that after that hasn't been. It's been a great road. I've grown in my walk as a Christian. I became a worship leader, playing in that church. And at one point, my wife was part of it, and then she stepped away. But like all churches, I think. Not everybody's perfect, and I found myself struggling with certain things that were going on in that church, and I felt like I was kind of failing a bit in what I was doing in that church, and became kind of a rebellious person, and it kind of rubbed off, and we soon parted our ways. So during that time, I was contacted by Chuck from the biker church, and I think God's timing is, it surprises you sometimes, but I think you just gotta, you gotta go with it, and you gotta trust that God is doing the right thing. And He put Chuck and the biker church in my path for a reason, and that is to continue what I was doing, I guess on a bigger level. It's funny because I went from a bigger church to a smaller church, but my Christian walk went uphill. It went upwards, and my responsibilities and my my duty and my calling as a Christian became ever more clear when I came to Biker Church. And that is to bring the word and bring God's love to as many people as I can in the world that I sort of left behind when I became a Christian. So I just became a worship coordinator for the Biker Church. I'm a worship leader. I'm also a sound person, and I'm learning everything there is to know about everything there is to do about church on a more technical level. But all through that, I keep my spiritual heart focused on Jesus and focused on God. So I'm very proud to be part of this group. Chuck and the Hub team, I'm very proud, and Gary, the new associate pastor. And I cannot wait to see what God is in store for us in the coming years. So thank you very much.